Today I'm in the studios with Peter Drew. You'll now probably know him best from his national poster campaign, Real Australians Say Welcome. Peter, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, what is it that you're bringing to Adelaide?
Street art. I've put up a lot of paste ups over the years, and it's something I've been doing for a long time, and I really enjoy it.
And what was it that drew you initially to doing street art?
I think just the freedom and the spontaneity of it. I was working as an artist painting and showing my paintings through galleries, and the people that you reach are only the people that come to the gallery. I was much more interested in reaching the public in general, and when I discovered street art through a friend of mine who I was living with, he sort of took me out one night and I was hooked immediately.
In terms of your journey getting to this point in this project, what brought you to the idea?
A few years back I lived in Glasgow for a year, and living away from Australia and trying to, in the one place and trying to feel like I might belong there, really started me thinking about what it means to belong and how difficult it is to belong to a place that you have travelled to. And so I started to think a lot about what I liked about Australia, what I didn't like, what I want to see change. And then my work shifted towards national identity, and it's sort of been that way ever since.
Maintaining momentum is really difficult for a lot of artists. How have you gone about maintaining that motivation?
You really just have to stick at it and pay attention to how the world responds to what you're putting out, and to be realistic about it. And I think, especially with art, you sort of have a bit of a fantasy of, like, I'm going to be an artist, it's going to be a bit like this, and it's going to be like I saw in the movies or whatever. And you actually need a little bit of that, like, just to get you past the sort of the soul-crushing inevitability of how difficult it is. But you also need to pay attention to the realities and try to be a little bit flexible when it comes to surviving, really. So the way I do it is through crowdfunding, and I find that's a great way of not only making a little bit of money enough to sort of get by, but also to get your audience involved in what you're doing, so that they are partners in a way and not just sort of a passive audience.
And where will the curious find you next?
I'm just about to launch a national poster campaign, so I'm starting in Sydney, then Melbourne, and going to all the capitals, sticking up 1,000 posters of Monga Khan around the country. We wouldn't have known he existed if it weren't for the White Australia policy. So Monga Khan applied for an exemption so he can go home to India and then come back to Australia without being kicked out. And because of that little bit of hypocrisy, we have thousands of beautiful photographs of people just like Monga Khan in national archives around the country. I picked him because his photograph is sort of pretty heroic looking. Added the word Aussie to the bottom of it, just to confront people's notions of what it means to be Australian. And I'm going to stick up 1,000 of them around the country over the next 3 months.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're really doing excellent stuff, so all the best. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like and share. If you've connected with this content on Peter's story, please let us know. And remember, you made Adelaide.